Hi, welcome back to Forgotten Legends of Sound. We are back, Kevin and Ian here, and I'm going to choose today Dali's Dilemma, Manifesto for Futurism. So what we like to do with these videos and everything is we like to go through the whole album. We like to talk about it. It's more like a listening party kind of experience, you know? And so we are going to rate each song between like a 1 and a 10, 1 being like this terrible, 10 being like masterpiece song. And we like to just rate each song and everything and then do like an average of all the songs at the very end. And that's kind of how we like to do these videos and everything. But how I got into this band, honestly, I feel like it's like a broken record.
Let me guess.
It's from that website from like 2004 or whatever. There's this website called perfectprog.com. And on this website, you can click on these bands and they were set up from A to Z. And they had like this MP3 song that you could just listen to on the website. And what did I do? I had a lot of time as a teenager, so I started with A and went all the way down. And when I got to Dali's Dilemma, I was like, oh, Dali's Dilemma, okay. And I remember like the song that was on there was track 10. And I remember those shrieking keyboards and everything. And I was just like, oh man, this is interesting. This is different. And at the time,
Shrieking is the correct
like
word.
yeah, at the time I was already into like Dream Theater and you know, like Symphony X and all that stuff, you know. But this was kind of an early band. I think I might have not gotten the record till maybe 2005 or so, you know. But it is one of the earlier kind of prog metal bands that I got into.
Was this a CD that you found at Sound Exchange, or
I can't remember if I
had
ordered it.
Yeah,
I can't remember. You know,
can't remember either.
My memory goes both ways. You know, maybe I had to order it, or maybe I found it like used there. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah.
But one of the things that we like to do with this channel is like, dude, there's so many bands and everything that like nobody talks about and no one like cares and everything. And I remember talking to you and Chad. That's one reason why we started this channel, you know, and I was just kind of like, dude, I'm so sick and tired of YouTube being dominated with the same voices, the same, you know, you got to like these bands and here's what you got to listen to. And this stuff is good. This stuff's bad or whatever. And that's one reason why we decided to do this channel, is because we wanted to be a different voice and talk about bands and artists and stuff that people just don't really talk about. And so I do feel like these guys are very underrated, and
I agree with that.
Yeah. It's very unfortunate. I guess the singer passed away in 2013, and I just, you know, Matthew Bradley, I just want to do this album, go through it, have a good time. You, the viewer and everything, have a good time, just chill with us, go through it, and, you know, just dedicate this video to Matthew Bradley because, dude, you did great on vocals and everything. And even if like this band didn't get huge and everything in the whole prog, you know, world or whatever, it's like I care about this album and everything. And I think like more prog heads and stuff should really talk about this album, you know? So anyways, that's kind of my backstory with this album and everything. But, you know, tell us, Ian, what your backstory
My
is.
backstory is, I guess I wasn't a very good brother in high school because all of Kevin's prog stuff just didn't really click. I was just more into other genres of metal in high school, and I did like a lot of prog metal to be honest, but there was just a lot of these bands that kind of just, I don't know, Kevin would play them but they never really clicked. And then it was a couple of years ago, I remember I was listening to this album on my own, just giving it a chance. I don't remember why. I think you were driving or something, and you and I were talking about it on the phone.
I think we both played it.
Like,
Like I was driving, and I was playing it, but we were also on the phone, so we would like, you know, just kind of play it.
I think I called you
talk
back or something.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I listened to it, but you listened to it at the same time.
Yeah.
And then we called each other, and I was really surprised. I was like, because one thing that's hard for me is a lot of prog metal, when stuff is just talking about futuristic, whatever, like, I don't know, for me as a music listener, I think I gravitate towards things that I could like relate to more as far as like lyrics and stuff and themes go, you know? And when something is a little bit cerebral and whatever, it's just, it could be cool and it could be awesome music and everything, but it doesn't really connect to me on an emotional level with music. And I do like Dali's Dilemma because I do feel like when I listened to it a few years ago, I was kind of like, oh, this is like much more emotional sounding prog metal prog rock kind of stuff in the veins of like either Marillion or Circus Maximus or some of those,
Right.
Riverside or whatever. And that kind of surprised me because looking at this cover, I was kind of like, this looks like typical sort of prog stuff that I wouldn't like.
Talking about the universe and
Universe
the mathematical
and- yeah.
whatever.
Like cosmic analogy, you know, and it's just like freaking, I don't know, it's whatevs.
Yeah.
But anyways, I do like, and I've heard this album I think a couple times probably since then, and I think the guitar playing is cool, the piano's cool, the singer has a good voice. So it'll be interesting to go through with lyrics because I don't think I've ever gone through this album with lyrics, so I'm kind of interested in seeing what's going to hit. I know this is more your band. You've been listening to this over 20 years.
Over
you know?
20 years, yeah.
And I'm a little bit more of the newbie, only like a few years of actually enjoying this record.
But you are like familiar with this album, right? Or is it kind of like as it goes?
As it
and you're
goes,
like,
then I'm like, oh, I remember that song.
Right,
Oh, I remember
okay.
that one. It's kind of like one of those albums, you know?
Okay. Yeah, I hear you. Well, then, yeah, I guess I don't have much more to add and everything, but you know, thanks for joining us
rock it.
for some Dali's Dilemma. So let's just jump into track 1, which
Yeah.
is Within a Stare.
Manifesto for Futurism. Within a Stare. Okay. Fred Astaire.
And dude, these players and everything, like, dude, these
The
musicians is great. Yeah.
I look forward to it. No, I think it'd be good.
And the drummer, man. I'm a drummer myself, and I listen to the drums, and the drummer guy kills it on this album. We got some like keys.
I don't know if it's gonna get super loud or if it's just...
Right.
Sometimes keyboards can really be brings more moodiness to an album, at least for me. I feel like keyboards can do a good job at setting moods.
I love keyboards.
Yeah.
trick me this time.
I know. I'm like, I'm like really making sure.
right, man. I'm gonna go ahead and give that one a 9. I think this is a really solid like intro for the album and everything. It's for me, it's not too long. It's just it's got a good like verse section, and I really like the bridge to the chorus. I think maybe the chorus is my least favorite part in the song, but I like the talking part. I like the bridge, you know, and honestly, I think that solo section's really cool as well, you know. But yeah, it's a good intro song with their sound and everything. There's a few other songs that I like more than this album, but this is like probably my 4th favorite song on the album. So
yeah,
it's definitely higher up for me. But yeah, what'd you think?
I think I'm gonna give it a 7. I thought there's elements that were great. It was a bit proggy and stuff, hard to follow a little bit for some parts or whatever. Yeah. But I did like it. There's parts that kind of reminded me, like the sound wise, I don't know why, but it reminds me of like 90s Angra or something, or like Shadow Gallery, or like, you know, it just had that kind of sound of that kind of stuff for me.
Yeah.
The musicianship was pretty good. And the lyrics didn't stand out as much on this track, but I think I'll raise some of the other songs higher. I thought this was a great song. It's like good between good and great somewhere around there, you know? And they did a lot of like layered vocals throughout the whole song. His voice was like layered in multiple ways throughout the whole thing. And I thought that kind of gave his voice maybe a little bit more of like power or more,
emphasis on certain sections or certain parts or whatever.
And I thought the chorus was like pretty good, but I feel like there could have been more to really like make this a song that I would like really love, you know?
Yeah.
Like I felt like it had some good elements, and I thought the little bass little part was like kind of cool.
Yeah.
But it also, you know, left me wanting more, I guess. Yeah. But not disappointed though at the same time. Right. You know?
I will say something too. Like, okay, this keyboard player, like during these solos and everything, he's like the most like wow kind of keyboard guy, because he's always doing that. I don't know what it's called, but you know, you moved up the dial and everything, and he's always going wow. Like every time, like if you listen to the keyboard solos, there's a lot of wow parts and stuff, and I freaking love it. And so I'm always like, you know, when I'm listening to the keyboard solos, I'm always like, oh, there's that wow part. Like, because literally in like 3 songs or something, he just loves doing that wow and stuff. And I don't know, man, it's cool. But anyways,
cool effects.
Yeah, cool effects and everything. And so, but yeah, man, let's move on with all possible dispatch.
Let's move on to possible dispatch. Here's Miracles in Yesteryear.
Yeah, I like this.
I think I remember enjoying this one a lot too.
This is like my second favorite on the album.
Is Living in Fear your favorite?
Yeah, Living in Fear is my favorite song. Because that's the song that got me into it too. You know, so it's also like nostalgic. Clean's right guitar tone or something. I don't know. Fate's Warning and stuff too.
Fate's Warning, yeah. I do like his softer voice, actually. His soft voice
You're like, going on a little too long.
My turn, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that one, I definitely like it a lot more than the first one.
Yeah.
The chorus, I think, is phenomenal. There's something, when it comes to prog metal that I like, this kind of hits all those notes for me, you know?
Yeah.
Really melodic chorus. I feel like it's got good heart. Whenever it's going through that whole bit where he's just like, you know, carry me away to familiar places. Right? That part is such a cool bridge. You raise my spirits high. Something's wrong with the change. You know, like that whole bridge is cool, and I love the chorus. The parts that dragged a little bit was during the solo section. There's a few parts in the solo section that I was kind of but then they do a cool bit and redeem the solo section. I'm like, yeah, the solo section is sick. And then they go into another bit. I'm like, okay, well, what are you doing here? And then it goes back into another cool, like that the piano keyboardist dude, like that solo bit was awesome. And the guitarist had such an awesome solo too. Like he was doing that thing for a little while, you know, like it's a little repetitive, but that's okay. Yeah, it's like okay, well we're going. It's like a freaking Tame Impala, Let It Happen. There's this part where it's like it has this repetitive sound for a while before it morphs into something new, you know.
Right.
And sometimes it's like, yeah, I get that. You're kind of like resetting the sort of palette. You're like resetting everything so you can move into a new transition. And in a way, I guess that's kind of what he was probably doing here. But his guitar playing was just freaking sick. Very tasteful playing, very melodic, just really cool. So I'm leaning like a 9 or 9.5.
Wow, that's a lot higher than I thought.
yeah.
Like I thought it was gonna be, I thought you were gonna be, like an 8.
like
I thought you were. I just thought you were gonna be a lot harsher on the solo part.
Oh, another thing I really liked too is his vocals are great. I love his soft voice during the verse sections. Mm-hmm. It's been
forgotten. Sorry.
No worries, it's okay. I hope he has a lot more, and I like him using his falsetto too.
Yeah.
Like his harsh voice is like fine, but I think it's more his falsetto and his softer voice that I actually enjoy more.
Yeah.
And this song, but at the same time, if he was only soft all the time, maybe it wouldn't have. I think it's good with the variety that he does.
Right. Yeah.
But overall, this song's kind of a banger. I think I'd give it probably a 9 or 9.5. Dude, we'll do 9.5. So I'm feeling generous.
Yeah, I was gonna say because okay, so there are some transitional parts that I'm like, I wish the transition was a little bit better and a little bit smoother. Yeah, like that bass solo was freaking great.
Yeah.
That bass solo was great, but then when they went into that and stuff, they do get it back and everything. But I do kind of like, I wanted something to be a little bit more into that transition with the dun, 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 let the when they go back into that bridge. I was hoping that transition into the bridge wasn't as abrupt, maybe. But what the hell? I'm feeling generous, so I'm gonna give it a 10, man. Because like this song really does hit well, especially like when I'm driving at night and everything. I'm like sitting there driving, and I'm like, we will remember, and just it kind of reminds me of like, Van and Plaus sometimes will do a chorus that's a little subdued and a little chill, like I'll see.
It's not super flashy, but it's
in heaven, something like that. And I feel like the whole miracles, that it was such a subdued chorus. I like it,
I like
and
it
everyone's
and
just that palm muting,
that palm muting,
and that, everyone's
riff
just
is
doing
cool.
chill, like quiet, like it's just cool.
No,
man.
I like it too. Another thing is this song kind of reminds me of that Falling into Infinity Dream Theater. That kind of era, of prog. And I'm kind of like, I kind of wish Dream Theater went more that route instead of going the heavy route, or at least doing both instead of, because I feel like the Falling into Infinity, I feel like there is more potential there to do some cool things, but instead it was kind of like, oh, this is the radio, this is the pop Dream Theater,
I feel like Falling into Infinity gets criticized for being like, oh, they were trying to be all poppy, be all commercial and stuff, and it's like, look, I get it, but it's not. I still like the tone and the feel of that album much more than like freaking Train of Thought and stuff. Like I was so disappointed. Like after 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence, I'm so frustrated with a lot of their stuff. Octavarium was all right, but it's just
the Silver Linings Playbook one was Black Clouds and Silver Linings the 2009 album. I can't remember the name, but that one was like all right. But I agree with you. I've really checked out of Dream Theater in the last 15 years.
But this album came out in 1999. And I do feel like this captures just the 90s prog era really well.
It does,
and I this is before the gent stuff, before all the crap today. Like, it's just, I like this time frame. I'm a 90s 2000s prog kind of guy, you know. And so anyways,
I thought it was a great song.
Ready
for Despite the Waves?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Underneath Despite the Waves.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking.
Freaking SYL. Huh? Underneath the fucking waves.
Despite the Waves. Here we go. And some of these melodies, I like the brightness of this band. They're bright to me, and I dig that.
They do sing about like sadness and stuff, but then they try and have positive spin. And the speakers are great. Hearing all the little bursts and stuff.
kind of better. I feel like the lyrics are better and the melodies are better.
This is a lot, actually. This also reminds me of like Joe Satriani type stuff.
That part always sounds like something. Little Zen Devin Townsend.
Yeah, I know, right? For real. This soul section is actually pretty cool, though. You're like, I get it.
I get it. I understand. I get it now. Symphony X. That's what that part is. Symphony X. Good one. Freaking. It sounds like it. You'll know it too, man. It's 90s Symphony X. It's one of those. Yeah. It is. I kind of want you to remember what song it is. I think it's Twilight and Olympus. Oh, could be. Yeah, because it's like. Yeah. It could be that too.
That's the second album. That's Damnation Game.
Damnation Game.
Yeah, that's track 8. Like Emancipation Suite or something. But
yeah.
Anyway,
I kind of want to play it again just so you could hear it.
Yeah.
Just because, dude, like, yeah, it's very similar.
We'll pause it real quick so that we can let them know what we're up to, and then we could go to it. I'll let you
just...
I'm gonna give my. Well, I'm gonna wait on my score real quick. Okay. And I do like that song. I think it's great. It has a very positive message. I like the lyrics a lot and everything. You know, Braving the Seas. live your life despite the waves, despite the struggles and everything, breaking out of the four walls and everything. Like, it's a very optimistic message and just freaking awesome. And I like when it's all quiet and everything, then they start going and just going into the solo section. Like, that's pretty cool. So, but anyways, yes, I don't know. I'm thinking either 8.5 or a 9.
I'm giving that one a 9. I dug the lyrics a lot. I liked the melodies. I liked the bridge and the chorus. Maybe a step down from track 2 because it doesn't. But at the same time, the lyrics kind of carried it for me too. Because I really dig that sort of like, kind of like Circus Maximus 9 or Anathema, like freaking we're here because we're here. Like, I love like positive sort of prog sounding stuff.
Yeah.
Like, there's something about progressive metal or prog rock that could be because I listen to plenty of dark, plenty of evil sounding or depressing music and stuff, that I love something that's a little bit more hopeful for a change. And I feel like this song did that really well.
Yeah,
so,
you are kind of blowing my mind with these scores. I thought you'd be more in the 6 to 8 range for most of the album, but I mean, the lyrics are a lot more relatable, and that does help, you know.
Yeah, and I dig that message too. I think it's freaking awesome.
Yeah, I'll give it a 9. I do like it similar to track 1. I think I like track 1 a little bit more, but this song, I do think it has better lyrics and stuff. So that's
you got that. You know, like, that's just really cool. The really Guitar Hero sound, like, just really, really cool. So I kind of want to play this because this melody sounds a lot like Symphony X, and it's driving me crazy. So please indulge me, whoever's doing it. It's like. Yeah, right there. It sounds like shatter these four walls. If you could imagine Russell Allen doing that, it sounds like a Symphony X song from the 90s.
Yeah, I think the song that you're thinking of is like, your vision never wrong or right. Everything you dream is black or white.
I feel like there's a different one. I feel like there's a different one.
A different Symphony X song.
Yeah, I feel like they do that, but they don't. It's like
I don't know, man. That's what comes to my mind.
Yeah, I'll figure it out later. But anyways, I just thought that was kind of interesting.
You know, that 90s Damnation Game, you know, album, great stuff. So.
That is good, yeah. Listen, me and Symphony X go way back. No, great song though. I like that one. The bridge and the chorus are good, dope.
Yeah.
You ready for? We're doing Whispers and Ashen Days together.
Yeah, we're gonna do it together. We're not gonna rate track 4 because it's just too short, you know.
Although it is a banger of a keyboard melody.
It is great, but yeah. So we'll rate track 5 though.
Okay. So. Here is Whispers and Ashen Days.
This does remind me of like Wait for Sleep or something.
Yeah. With
the odd timing piano, except there's no vocals.
Yeah. No, this is I'd give it a 10.
Well, we could rate it. I still feel like it's too short.
Too interlude. Like, yeah, that's fine with me. But this is beautiful as crap, man. This is beautiful. Freaking straight up Yanni beauty.
Yeah. I like the synth accompanying the piano too.
It's beautiful like the Blue Nile.
This section coming up with the higher notes hit is so good.
I like the synths layered with the piano. It's cool.
It's like this.
Yeah. 10. So we're rating Whispers, actually. Honestly, we could. I mean, enough changes in it, right?
It's up to you.
It's up to you.
It's up to you.
I don't know how the other short one is. I just know that this short one is freaking sick.
Yeah, the other short one's great too.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. What a fantastic freaking piano.
That's how you do it. That is fantastic. Yeah, I'm cool with rating. You want to rate them?
Sure. You know,
10. I'm giving it a 10, man. It's freaking sick.
Gotta boost that.
I gotta boost that score. Dali's Dilemma, man. People will be talking about Outcast and freaking, you know, all this, you know, De La Soul, and I'll be like, Dali's Dilemma, man. Dali's Dilemma is where to go. No, I love that piano melody. So beautiful. And I like the changes that he goes through and stuff. And yeah, it's what's funny is the last time I went through this album, like a week or two ago, that this song stood out a ton to me. And I was like, dude, Kevin, I was like, Whispers is freaking like beautiful as crap or whatever. And yeah, I like it.
It's just wild because I've played this album like more than 3 or 4 times.
So it's
way
my
back.
fault?
No, way back in the day, this album didn't really click for you
at all.
It didn't click at all. Like years ago, I gave up. I stopped playing it around you. It was the album that I just listened to by myself, and I could never share it with anyone because no one else freaking like got it or cared or whatever, you know. And maybe that's my fault because I didn't associate how positive this album was and the whole positive prog. I didn't really relay that to you.
Yeah, it was more like, oh, this is really technical. Ian's gonna hate it, kind of.
Yeah, exactly. Because I was like, you know, because I was also getting into Thought Chamber and Spheric Universe Experience and all that stuff. So I feel like all of these just got lumped into, that 1 or 2 album kind of band. Spiral Architect. And so they definitely have a lot more heart than some of the other bands and albums. But
yeah, I think the keyboardist and the guitarist do a lot to really bring a lot of melody to this band, you know, which is really cool. I'm down.
Yeah.
So you gave it a 10 too?
I do. Yeah, I always love Whispers when it comes on, man. It's just great, man. It reminds me a little bit of like Wait for Sleep, where you've got like an odd time signature. But I like when bands can do odd time signature stuff and it sounds beautiful. It doesn't sound like it's out of place. It sounds like it's the way it's meant to be.
I agree.
And so Whispers does a great job of it.
When an odd time signature is distracted from the music for me, then I don't care for it that much. Yeah. But whenever it's like actually elevating it, like Riverside or even Dark Tranquility too, they'll do odd time signatures, but it actually elevates the music because it fits. Like it's supposed to be in this time signature. That melody just wouldn't work in a traditional 4/4, 6/8 kind of thing.
Yeah.
You ready?
Odd time signatures can add emphasis with different parts and things, and so true. It's cool. Yeah, I'm ready, man. Ashen Days.
Here is Ashen Days. Ashen Days. This is so Ted Leonard. Yeah,
You know?
Ted Leonard.
Yeah. This is me. This one, honestly, I like it similar to track 3. You know, some days it's like an 8 or an 8.5 or a 9. I'm definitely digging this though, because it's like, it's funny because I'm kind of surprised because I would always go back to this album. You know, I spin this album fairly regularly, once every between 3 to 6 months. You know, for the past 20 years, it's just I'd go through this album and then I'm good, and then I go back again 6 months later or whatever. And I've never really understood why I like this album, but I do think that like there's some sections and things that like going through it, it feels like it's a lot more thought out than I originally thought or something. Or like maybe there's just little parts where I'm like, I think that could have been better. Oh, I think that's off or whatever. But as we're going through it now, I'm just like, yeah, it's pretty well done, you know? And so I just, you know, it just, Dali's Dilemma doesn't have that name brand of like this huge prog band or whatever, but they're just as good as like all these other prog bands and everything, you know? And,
I agree with that.
I guess I feel like they're a little bit like Lost Horizon, you know, where Lost Horizon is so, they're such a banger of a band,
but
so
only
freaking
2
good,
albums.
but only 2 albums. And you feel like, dude, if Lost Horizon had like, you know, 8 albums, they'd be first stringers, you know? I feel like these guys also, if they kept putting out banger prog metal albums and everything and just very, I bet
they'd
you
be more of a household name.
Yeah, exactly. You know? And so,
I agree with that.
Yeah, what do you give this song? Because I'm not sure what to give it.
I like some things about it, but at the same time, there's some melodies I don't care for as much in it. Like in the verse section, the way he's like, na, da, 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 na, 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 na. You know, like I don't know. There's something that's kind of, it feels a little dragging or something in the verse sections for me. But I love when they kick into that feeling, like I like that. I think that chorus is really cool.
But yeah, that's the weird thing though. Is like to me that whole that feels like the bridge or something to me. And then it's just like, you know, it goes through the whole. It feels a little anticlimactic. I feel like there should be something more. Or something.
I'd probably agree with that. Like, that does kind of feel kind of bridgy.
It feels.
What does he say? We're all hope and dreams are built upon the hopes and dreams of ground that wasn't there. Given all there was to give, it echoes through the hall. And then maybe if it was just like, I shadows, I don't know.
There was a song that you felt like was a little anticlimactic on that Adagio album. When we did that Adagio album, it was like one of the later songs. And it was just kind of like, I can't remember how the song goes, but it was like, it had like this whole, a bunch of words. It would just say a bunch of words.
And
then it'd be like,
you know,
later
ones.
Suddenly.
That song was kind of strange.
Yeah.
Didn't work for me.
And I remember at the time when we went through the album, you're like, it's so like anticlimactic, like it's just so whatever.
Yeah, it's like the prophecy. It
Yeah,
like
yeah,
ends
yeah.
on it ends on
It
some
ends
note
on,
like
like,
that.
yeah.
And I was just kind of like, what the heck?
Yeah. And I feel like this one, the way they end with echoes through the hall, feels a little anticlimactic.
Yeah,
a bit,
I'm
you
gonna
know?
give it a 7.5. I did like the beginning of the guitar solo. That was really good. Little tasteful playing. Guitar playing was great.
Yeah.
But this is a song that feels like it almost sounds closer to my preconceived notions of Dali's Dilemma in high school than some of the other songs. The other songs expand and exceed my expectations for this band.
Yeah.
But track 1 and 5 are the ones that kind of more sound how I think they sound. But then I listen to the album, I'm like, no, they're actually way better than I think they sound. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. I give it a 7.5. Great song, but not as good as the last couple.
I'll give it an 8. I do feel like there's enough interesting stuff to where I do like going through this album in the context of the album, you know. I think it's a cool song, it's a great song, but it's not really one that I pick that's really a standout banger, you know what I mean? And sometimes like it's not the fault of the album, but sometimes when a song is placed somewhere, it can lose a little bit of steam just because it's placed later on in the album versus, you know, whatever. But I do like that talking part, the way it's like, now I'm a... like when it picks up a bit. But I do agree with you, it does drag a bit, you know, with the first bit. Yeah. But anyways, not much more to add, but yeah. I'm just glad that you're enjoying this because I thought it was I thought it was gonna be rough. You know, before Eden, here we come.
I know.
Yeah.
So some of them might be rough, but I don't know. You never know. I feel like I'm grateful that you're into a lot of different stuff because I never would have found or gotten into some of this stuff if you didn't push it as much, you know? So, I don't know. It's kind of...
You will see things my way. No.
It's kind of, I don't know. Like, I think this is a good record. And, I don't know. Thanks for sharing dope music with me.
And I... Likewise, because you're into a lot of stuff that I'm not as into and stuff, and I just like doing this with you and everything, you know.
Yeah, me too.
So
you know the eels and King did steal my.
I know. I like because there's some stuff that this next song, like we're probably gonna do like 6 and 7 together.
So this one's not really good sound. But
unless you change in the middle of it.
But let's see how
it goes.
Andromeda Sunrise, and this time around. Unless it's only Andromeda Sunrise.
It sounds so Led Zeppelin-y to me.
Yeah, it does. Oh, my, baby. You know? She's a hamburger woman. You know, they're always saying all this freaking, you know. Yeah. Classic rock, am I right? Got him! I'm liking this. I think my friend Spencer would dig some of the guitar playing on here. Kind of down his alley. Kind of reminds me of like Eric Johnson, all that guitar stuff, all that let's rate this one on its own. Okay. Yeah. Why not? Sounds good. 4. No, it's okay. Voice of the Soul, yeah.
It also reminds me of Celtic music too.
Yeah. Celtic vibe, yeah. Especially in the rhythm a little bit. Planet or something. We got to do Death, the Sound of Perseverance sometime for the channel. That'd be fun.
That'd be fun, yeah.
Spirit Crusher. What are we going to do for this one?
Oh, man. Yeah, it's your turn. don't think it's a 10, but I
don't
do
think it's
I
a
do
10,
like
but it
this
is
one a
pretty
lot.
awesome.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna get 8.5. Fantastic kind of guitar solo, just really moody. Some days I could see myself getting it a little higher, but I don't know. I think 8.5 is probably how I'm feeling for that one.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
I'll give it a 9. Yeah, this is a solid instrumental track, you know. It honestly, it also, there's something about it that for whatever reason Mike Oldfield comes to mind as well.
Yeah,
You know,
Mike Oldfield
maybe it's
vibe.
just the acoustic-y tone and everything, you know.
Yeah.
But I like the acoustic and everything, and the solo part overlaying over it is really cool too. So
Yeah.
it's a good instrumental, you know, and like 4 and 6 together are always really cool in the context of the album, you know.
Yeah.
It's because there's only really like 8 songs and then these 2 instrumentals, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, true. Cool.
All right.
You ready for this time around?
yeah.
This time, darling, this time around. It's like straight up Dress to Kill vibes. You know? Yeah, Dress to Kill vibes.
It's like a foreshadowing of track 10.
It's these kinds of parts that I remember. It almost feels like that should have led into a chorus. You know? Doesn't it feel like that?
Yeah, because the chorus is just kind of this time around.
Yeah,
That's
like it feels like it should have led into the chorus. Another, chorus is actually the bridge kind of situation right here. It's these parts that I like the most. Melodic methods.
You know, it almost feels like 2 bridges. That's a bridge. This section here. I guess this is the chorus. This time around,
Yeah,
the outro.
maybe that's what happened. Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Same here. Yeah, not bad.
But the way they're building up, this seems like they're building up to something. And then it kind of just goes on, you know?
you could,
stop this man. He's
but
bugging out.
you can see how like all this stuff influenced my drum playing and everything. Like, you know what I mean? Like, like when I look back on like when I was first learning to do double bass and everything, listening to all this music and stuff, I love. That's why I love triplets and stuff. I love just you know, I love doing triplets and things, and it's just cool. Anyways, sorry. Is it my
Your
turn?
I think. You're odds and I'm evens.
Yeah. I think I'm going to give this one an 8.5. I do like this song. But I feel a little bit like there's just, I don't know. I wanted something more with this song, you know? I don't know. I don't know what exactly I wanted, you know? But yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
I feel similar. Like I wanted more, but at the same time, there's some parts that I really dig too.
Yeah.
I give it an 8, a little step up from Ashen Days and the first song.
Yeah.
But a little step down from some of the other ones. Excuse me. Yeah, I really like some of the vocal melodies in this song, and some of the guitar playing is pretty good. I think the chorus is cool until it's not cool, if that makes sense. You know, it's like the way
With
it's
the whole
like,
this time around.
yeah,
like
the this time around thing
yeah.
sounds like such a weird way to close out the chorus, then go back to, you know, I don't know, it just doesn't do much for me. But I like how it's like hanging on to the that burns inside of you. Like I love that, you know.
Yeah.
Don't have it, you won't find it here. And then instead of this time around, like something about that just doesn't work as much for me. But I don't know how I would change it. I feel like I would have to change like the first bit of this course I'd like, but then I would kind of change where it's going after that or something.
Right. I do like that bridge part. You know, every time he's like, "How can you turn away time after time?" You know, it's I can understand. Like, this is one song that maybe it's a preferential thing. Maybe someone else would really like this one more so and stuff. So it's just a preference thing, you know. But yeah. Not
This
much more
time
to add,
around,
though.
I give it an 8.
Yeah, this time around, I give it 8.5.
Yeah. You ready for Hills of Memory?
This is kind of the ballad on the album.
Ballad Live. Sounds good to me. I'm ready. Hills of Memory. Brilliant out.
This does remind me of the Fauci
It's like the most passive aggressive,
yeah. No, I'm in the same camp. I think the chorus didn't need to.
It's funny that you're thinking the same thing. That's so funny.
Camp.
Oh, that's so funny. Well, I'm glad I'm not alone. I'm glad I'm not a prick by myself.
Yeah,
Goodness.
this is you, man.
I feel like this is a song where I'm kind of conflicted on it because I feel like the lyrics I really like, and I like some of the musical aspects of it, but the vocal melodies throughout the whole song don't really work for me. You know, it's the only part that I like where his vocals are, because it's kind of somber. I like when he's like, "I can't go on." Like there's something about that bit that I really like. But then the chorus, the way it's just like, "Walk along, I walk along these memories." Like all it is just kind of ascending, but it doesn't feel like triumphant. It doesn't feel like, oh yeah, you know, like I don't know. There's something lacking in the vocal melodies. Like I wonder if
my thing with this song is, like, we heard his falsetto in track 2. I would have loved it if he used more falsetto and stuff in this song. Try and be a little more pretty. Like okay, last chorus, suddenly I'm blinded, these memories, and then the backing guys go, suddenly.
Oh, if it was more like reverential,
more reverential, outroing out instead of banging it in our heads like suddenly I'm blind. Now I walk along. I would just loved him being like, you know, even like a what's that? It's like track 7 on "Scenes from a Memory." The way he's like, you know,
through these eyes,
like that outro and everything,
looking through
someone's eyes.
Looking through some eyes here.
Through her eyes.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like something like with to do his falsetto with him just harmonizing and stuff and let it just outro out. I feel like they drag on too much, repeating that chorus again and again without much differentiation.
I feel like, I'm so sorry. I feel like if the chorus had like a little bit more of an earworm instead of just this kind of ascending melody, then I would like this song a whole lot more, because I like the musicianship and I like the, like there's a lot to this song that is really cool. But man, I wish that it was just kind of, I wish it could go all the way for me, you know. Instead, it's really held back because of some of the vocal melodies in it. And I thought the vocals were really good too. I feel like, or not the vocal, the lyrics.
The lyrics.
I feel like the lyrics are very honest and very kind of like very introspective. And like, I like the lyrics a lot. So this one I'm kind of leaning between 7 and 7.5. But what do you think, bro?
I'm going to give it a 7. Yeah, this is probably my least favorite on the album. It's I like that there's a ballad on the album. I just wish that maybe it was a little more heartfelt. Maybe it was just a little more, something.
Yeah.
So, what did you give it?
I'm going to give it a 7 too.
Okay. Yeah.
Kind of on par with track 1. Some things I liked more on this, but then I also have a little more hang-ups too, I think. Yeah. You ready for Can't You See?
Yeah. This is probably my third. This is probably my third favorite on this album. I like this one a lot. Yeah.
Okay. Can't You See? Here we go. I'll stop. Marshall Tucker Band. I promise.
I'm gonna give that one a 9.5. I really like this one. This one is probably my third favorite on the album. Just that talking part with the piano accompanying and everything is just so good, you know. And I like the lyrics on this one too. I like the whole themes of like, you know, being trapped in a certain mindset and everything, and just not being able to let go of like just something you did wrong, or you weren't there to do something or whatever. It's just I like this one.
I enjoy this one too. Definitely a step for last. I give it an 8. I like that verse section a ton. His softer voice with that piano is just freaking magical sounding. I wish the chorus was stronger for me though. I wish the chorus had more to it. I don't know. The chorus doesn't move me as much.
Right.
But still, great song, kind of on par with This Time Around. 8 out of 10. And I don't need to justify myself in any way or shape or form, you know. You ready for Living in Fear?
Yeah,
last track.
Yeah, this is a song that got me into this band.
So bear with me, whoever's watching this. Kevin would play this song a ton, and the only thing I ever remembered from it was just this freaking nails on the chalkboard keyboard sound in the first bit, and that always turned me off because I was just kind of like, dude, this freaking prog, like I'm sick of prog, like prog just freaking stops sounding bad, you know. But who knows? We'll see what I think of this time. Because, anyways, we'll see. But anyways, it's always that freaking keyboard with the freaking, you know, like nails on a chalkboard sound, and it's just like freaking A. Okay, you ready for Living in Fear?
The lyrics on this one are great too. So
cool.
Yeah,
let's do it. Here's Living in Fear. This chorus is really good though.
everybody saying Dali all the time.
I love Mad Men.
Yeah,
What a
so
freaking
I
amazing
guess
show.
yeah, you get to go for this one, man.
Yeah. This song, I'm giving it a 9.5. It's kind of on par with track 2. I agree. It's one of the best songs on the album.
Yeah.
So many awesome moments. I love the little pickup, the little giddy up. Like during the verse section, it's like a little bit slower, whatever. And then it's like fading away. And then kind of picks up. They go double time or whatever. I like that. I like the energy of it. And I like the chorus too. Maybe it's because you played it a ton. So it was like ingrained in my head, brainwashed if something like that. But I think it's a great song. Some great piano stuff, some great guitar playing. The keyboard solo is sick. Just a lot of great moments. So yeah, 9.5 for me.
Yeah, dude, it's a 10 for me, man. This is my favorite song on the album. I love this song. This is a song that got me into him and everything. During that talking part, man, like shout out to the drummer, man. I love that whole "the light fades on tonight." Then he's just sitting there with that open hi-hat and everything, and it's just the drums are great on this. The keyboard solo is great, guitar is great. Like, dude, everything is just spot on with this song. And this song kind of gives me like a Silence from Angels Above kind of vibe with this song, because it's like, I'm thinking like, okay, I'm calling your name to the sky. Why are you calling to the sky? Some kind of prayer or something, human God
reply.
kind of relation. Yeah. And like in Silence from Angels from Above is like, the lyrics for that song are so great, because he says like, silence from angels above, leaving us behind in a time when we are in need of someone to hold close to your heart. I'm just another leaf falling down onto the ground,
On the ground.
Anyways, and so, yeah, I just feel like this song's really sentimental and everything. And it just, it definitely has like, I don't know, it feels different than the rest of the album.
One thing that's kind of funny about the song is the name of it and the whole little keyboard thing makes me not think that this is going to be like a sentimental, emotional song.
Right.
Living in Fear, and then you got anytime I see it and I hear that piano and I hear the freaking nails on chalkboard keyboard sound, I'm kind of like, okay, it's just freaking prog being all spooky and whatever, But there is a lot of heart to it and stuff. I think it's pretty cool. Do you want me to do the scores and then share my final thoughts, and then you could close out?
Yeah, you do the scores, and then you got it, man.
So for Dali's Dilemma, Manifesto for Futurism, whatever that means, I don't know. It's like some Sleepy Time Gorilla Museum type of, Okay, we put, Kevin gave it the higher score. He gave it a 9 out of 10. I gave it the lower score, 8.4 out of 10. So the average score the final score we give to Dali's Dilemma is an 8.7. So really high, really good. Overall, I think my score definitely was higher than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
The musicianship on this is really freaking good. Like, these guys could play the same stuff that, a lot of those prog band, Dream Theater or whatever, a lot of those people could. These guys are immensely talented. I'm curious if any of them ever did anything after this, like in other projects and stuff, because all these, the bassist, the drummer, the keyboardist, the guitarist, everybody's like very talented in this band. So it is kind of like, man, like they just kind of throw out one banger of an album and then call it good, It'd be interested in finding out what happened in their lives, what kind of, because how Shadow Gallery is like, they all kind of did this very DIY, do-it-yourself vibe or whatever. Like, it makes me wonder, like, what was the process of making this? Like, what was the process of like, what even happened after this album was made?
Right,
I'd be interested in finding out. But great album. And I do like the sort of positive vibe in this prog sort of sound. It's like technical, but also you could still kind of find some relatability with some of the songs and stuff. And I think that for the album to be like totally like the most winning album for me, like where it's kind of lacking is maybe some catchiness, maybe some big choruses, like I think something like that would have probably made this one of my favorite prog like metal albums, But that
I'm
said,
just surprised you have it this high,
But but I'm surprised too. It was cool, and it was great going through with lyrics and everything. Like, it was a really good listen.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks again for like listening to it with me and everything. And now I feel like you have like a full, complete idea of what this band's about. Yeah. Because I think you had like little pieces here and there and little parts. That one song, whatever, And so I'm glad that like
my notions have been destroyed.
Yeah.
All my notions to not like this band have been destroyed, basically.
I will say, like, so you'll probably, like, from time to time, like, play this album and stuff, like, on your own. And, like,
no.
no. You know, just like, I don't think you're ever gonna love it like Circus
I
Maximus
could,
or you know,
or like Porcupine Tree or
Symphony
whatever.
X or
but
whatever.
This is, I could see myself visiting it every now and then. Yeah, for sure.
I will say,
man.
I did read up on some stuff, like, you know, a little bit of history with the band, and it sounded like they had some like stuff they're working on for a second album and stuff, but I don't know why it never happened. I don't know what happened, you know, but it's like
It's crazy. That's 25 years ago. Wow.
Yeah, but that's one thing that's cool is, like, dude, I would love it if there's some filmmaker person that reconnected with the you know, the living band members and just got this 20-minute little small documentary and put it up on YouTube or something of the history of this band and stuff. Because, dude, there's so many bands that I love and everything, and it's just, I'm so tired of the same bands being
talked about forever.
Yeah, it's like, I would love it if, you know, like, I'm not a filmmaker or anything, but, like, you know, we're doing this album to promote it and everything and share it, and I forgot to mention this, but definitely buy the album, like, support the artist and everything, you know. It's just, Magna Carta, you know, like, there's a lot of Magna Carta stuff I got into back in the, you know, early to mid 2000s. But anyways, it's just, I'm glad we went through it. The lyrics, I really enjoyed it, but there wasn't anything in the album that was a surprise to me, though, because I'm pretty familiar with this album. When you're, like, familiar with how the drums go on certain sections, or, like, when you're, like, singing some of the solo parts, you're pretty familiar with it, you know. But it's like, it's not, I don't think it's like a perfect album, but it is like a really, really great, you know, album.
I'd agree with that.
Everything. So
it's got some flaws, but it also has so many good things going for it too.
And I remember when I first heard this, like, I was kind of like, what is this singer guy? Like, it kind of reminded me of like a King's X, or like just kind of like this rock singer or something. Not really like the Michael Kiske or like a higher register guy, not like Ted Leonard or whatever. Like, it was like really like this rock kind of singer and stuff. And so I was kind of like, but over time, like, the vocals really won me over and everything, you know. And so, but that's all I have to say, you know, with Dali's Dilemma. I'm glad we went through this, because I've been planning this album for, like, you know, ever since the beginning of the channel, because I knew that this was an underrated band, an underrated album, and I wanted to share it and hopefully get more people into it. So,
well, you got me into it. So.
I got one.
Yeah, you got one. So, you know.
Anyways, but thanks everybody for watching. We're Forgotten Legends of Sound, and bro, you got the next pick. So
we're doing Sigh.